think I'm spiritually obese. Like I'm still waiting for a feast. I'm really thankful, but I'm going meek. Everything in my heart cannot keep. Really, what should I see? And I'm falling down like I took one big leap. And I'm rapping. Oh man, I'm doing this shit for free. I'm not getting paid. So poor old me. What up, YouTube? Today I just like to try to make it 2 days in a row where I can actually make a video. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. So happy. It just feels weird if you go back to my previous video, what I said in the past time. But we're not gonna get into all that. We're gonna touch more into detail about spiritual obesity, laziness, and a little bit of doing with love. There's a time and season for everything, for solitude, for going out to talk, you know. So just because you're depressed or you're sad or you're happy, you don't know how it's a season for everything. So I say you look at your present moment and you take it for what it is, and just know you can't control it. Like, you cannot control your emotions, but you can control how you perceive it, and through that perception you start to feel better. And then I guess taking that process through the time, and you actually see your emotions differently. So you're not able, I don't know, what you're doing is you're not controlling it, but you're more, say, just looking at it differently. It's like, it's okay, let me put it this way. It's like, okay, anger arises, right? You have these options to snap off and curse somebody out or hit them. Anger arises again, and you look at the situation differently, and you see another option. So you still have these options, right? You still feel upset, but you know that you can handle it a different way because of, you know that this works and this is better for yourself and for the other person, which is going to present a better effect. So yeah, so it's just perceiving it better. Perception, learning to love what you're going through, and learning to understand people, your reality, what makes up their reality, what makes up your reality. I'm not gonna lie, right now I don't know what the fuck you call my perception. I feel like I'm in, but I'm also out. Like it's weird to explain. I'm like in the middle, crazy ass shit. But I'm not seeing things. I'm feeling things, and I'm feeling it to an extent where I start to visualize it, you know. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm seeing monsters and I'm scared of that monsters. No, I feel a monster and I'm starting to visualize a monster in my head, you know. So it's the other way around, and I want to be very clear on that, because I feel like it goes into a mental disorder or schizophrenia, and people call it stuff like that, and how they say people have visions and they have these, but I feel like, no, they just feel something on the spiritual realm, and that feeling causes a visualization in the mind. And so it can be a very strong feeling to where this is just what I'm going off of. Man, I still got this head cold, bruh. But spiritual obesity, right now I feel like I'm in an era where I ate too much. It's kind of like a pump for Thanksgiving, but literally I ate too much spiritually, and so my brain is like, it's pooped out, bruh. It's like, fuck the world. Like, the world is really shitty, and it deserves judgment, deserves punishment, because nobody's being responsible for anything that they're doing. They're not even self-aware to the extent that they can help themselves or another person, or, you know, look after the situation. So I'm not saying all people are like this. You do have people that have some, but we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So it's just, in a sense, people don't have the perception about another person really humble. Like, it's not really humble of God nor themselves. So through their false understanding of God, they fail themselves. And so that's what's, hold on, let me skip this ad. That's what's really going on. People don't know what humble means and how to love God and how to love them. Just they don't know the feeling, I guess. They don't fear God. That's like that's really what it is. They don't fear God, and they don't understand how what they can say can hurt somebody and it can trickle down and cause a big domino effect. But they just don't see that, and so sometimes I don't see that. But it's coming to more of my awareness of it starts in like the thoughts, well, our perception of the thoughts and how we. It's not what goes in, it's what goes out. So if I encounter somebody, I don't know, a woman breaks my heart, right? And I can see her as the most evilest person ever. Like, she is just the worst. That is horrible, bro. I had to say it right now, but they're actually going through something, and it was like maybe they want to leave their house and their family, and so they decided to just leave and go with that person. It was better than being home. And then, it's not really what they thought it was, and now they're stuck in this predicament where they have to do all these other things, and now they're learning different ways to move that are not healthy, but they're surviving, so they're just being built off survival. So I gotta start seeing it like that, and not more like as an evil person trying to hurt everybody. And it's just like I don't know if I'm going through it, but I just feel like it's something that came to my heart that I should really touch on, because I feel like a lot of men have trouble with just viewing a woman as who they are. And I'm not gonna say they're not manipulative, they're not, but I would just say that that's really sometimes what happens. We don't know how to love that inner child in ourselves, so we build up this barricade, this wall, and this love. We don't want to be vulnerable no more. We don't want to be touched no more. We don't want to be shown the side that gets them hurt. So it's tough. Yeah, and what more I was about to say about spiritual obesity and just being lazy is well, society right now, they have this perception of working, but as inflation goes up, we're all starting to see that this shit is bullshit, and the titles that they give it is bullshit, and all the extra steps you gotta even get is bullshit, because they need workers, so they will either train you to be the worker. I don't know, bro. I don't want to get into that far as deep as that bullshit, but society is pushing out this idea of if you don't work or you are lazy, you are a bad person. And so you start to hate yourself, you start to go to depression. But in reality, if you can still make it without working for it. You can work for yourself. You can figure out how to, I don't know. Now, I'm not saying that work is just the worst thing ever, right? But I'm saying it's like the way we view it. It's like we're still, it's like slavery in a sense. It's not we have power over work. It's work has power over us. And that is what I'm trying to say. Like, work is not bad. It's not bad. It's good to have money. It's good to get paid. Shit, it's good to have that sense of you did something throughout the day. It keep you busy. So I'm not trying to downplay it, but I'm trying to downplay society that makes it like this motherfucking the be all to life. And it's like, yeah, I'm not believing that, because I'm looking around, I'm seeing everybody unhappy. They still haven't really matured past the fact of material things. So it's just like, maybe I'll try something different, maybe I'll figure out a way that I can still have money, still have these things that I need, still have but yeah, I'm still gonna be working, don't get me wrong. It's a sin to be lazy and not do anything, but I'm not trying to say like overwork, like you're working 10 hours and you get what, like 20, and I guess what you get like 200. It's not bad, but compared to the inflation economy right now is going on, like trying to afford something, it's kind of bad. So it's just stuff like that. It's like the cost of living is way higher than it was back then, And also the social media and all that is just, we're seeing all these rich people flexing on this, all these people who had generational wealth, from my perspective, that had generational wealth, and it just turns in your mind. It makes you feel like that you're behind. And so since you're behind, you might as well stay, where you at, because what's the point of catching up? What's the point of getting up there? It's I don't know why I think like that. Like, it's self-defeating. I'm pretty sure other people do, but it's like, since I'm already behind, since I didn't get what I get in the past, it's more like, fuck it, I'm a failure. But I gotta start thinking differently, bro, because that's not what it is. In fact, I have a better opportunity to show that I can still get it, and I can get more, and I can do it even without, it's because it's not about that. It's about going to go get it. That's what life is about, going to go get it. Yeah, I'm birthed from the womb, but it's about going to go get the motherfucking shit. So I just can't be like, man, I didn't have this, and just cry about it. I gotta go get the shit. So that's when I mean, I gotta go get it. I don't want to be rude and my cousin, but I gotta go get it. And so I'm just, it's really coming to me now. I need a little break. I need some water. I'm thirsty as shit. But it's more before I spaced out, I was about to talk about still the barriers to keep you from going to go get it. Alright, so it's like we here, but now we're still fighting another boss, a new demon. Alright, so some people go through the past and acquire pain and being traumatized, and so they feel like they have to cope with other mechanisms, and when they start to cope with these mechanisms, they become who they are. It become a part of their personality. So because it's like the pain, it don't truly ever go away unless you solve it. And so you gotta solve it without trying to cope. But I mean, it is people that can do it, but it's not a lot. Like, I thought I was gonna be one of those people, but I'm still kind of very dependent on, and you can do it. It's just like taking pain medication, but if you keep taking the fucking pain medication, you're addicted. And so that's something that I want to talk about for traumatized people like me, or who may share similar pain or whatever. Yeah, I just want to say it like that, because I can keep trying to use this to wax over, and honestly, it helps. I'm not gonna sit here and say it don't fucking help. It helped, but I feel like it's good to at least give it breaks in between, to see where your mind is at when you off of it, and to see where you coming from. When you like, are you hating the world or something when you off of it, or like, are you focused on something that you need to fix, you need to get off your chest? Like, that's what I be thinking about. Like, it's just something like, okay, I don't have it, or I'm not using it for this day. Like, what's my thoughts, and do I need to, like I'm just trying to monitor myself, be self-aware, self-reflect, and through self-reflection, I'm able to, I guess, chisel the man. But yeah, spiritual obesity, eating too much. But once you digest it and you take that crap, and you feel like a brand new person, a very brand new person, it's a good feeling. But you just know you gotta digest your food. You gotta digest it. Just can't gobble it down and go on to the next meal. You gotta digest it.